Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our second exhibitor webinar. We're going to give it like 1 minute and then we'll get started right at 11. So thank you guys for showing up today. All right. Well, looks like we got a decent amount jumped on and then going to get some more. So we value your guys' time. So we will get started. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to be recording this. So we'll send out a link after this webinar with the recording to all our exhibitors. And then also, if you have any questions, use the Q&A button. We will answer all of them as we go. Tyler will monitor that for us. But also, if we don't get to it, we'll all answer them at the end. So just pop your questions in there. We'll either answer them in the chat or we'll answer them through talking to you. So we're here to help you guys. So next slide, Lisa. All right. So today's topics, what we're going to cover. So we're going to talk about how to update your exhibitor profile. And what that entails is like an exhibitor portal walkthrough, how to order your booth services, location of where that is within your portal, Freeman, our general service contractor, their services and what they provide, the miscellaneous services as opposed to catering and other services we have, and then the targeted move-in plan, which we've gotten a lot of questions about. We're also going to cover important deadlines because we want you guys to save money where you can. EACs, if you're using those, we're going to go over that process. We're going to go over shipping to the show, registering your booth staff, and then finally, we're going to talk about a few sponsorship items that are some low cost, high impact for you guys. So looking forward to talking about it. So next slide, Lisa. All right, so here are the event details, just so everyone knows. The show is January 19th through the 22nd. The expo days are January 20th through the 22nd. And we've gotten asked a lot of questions about the time. So the show is every day, 9:30 to 5 p.m. So make sure that don't be checking out early on Thursday. I've had that question a few times. So 5 p.m. is the time that you could start breaking down your booth on Thursday, the 22nd. So I will pass it to Joe, who's going to start with all the good exhibitor portal stuff.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, John. My name is Jolyn Doyle, and I am one of the senior event operation managers for the World of Concrete. And today I am going to go over how to set up your exhibitor profile. And I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on ordering exhibitor services to set up your booth. So as an exhibitor, one of the best marketing opportunities you have to promote your presence at the World of Concrete is to update your exhibitor profile in your exhibitor portal. There are package options, which we're showing here, and each one they're available they each offer unique benefits that can help you give you presence before and during the show. So the basic listing, which includes one lead retrieval license, is automatically included when you sign your exhibitor contract. So each exhibitor has the basic listing to start. The next is your smart business. This option gives your company more visibility to attendees searching the online directory. And then our top tier is the maximum exposure. This includes everything in the smart business package, plus additional premium features for maximum visibility before and during the show. So another thing to mention here is that you can also add 2 additional lead retrieval licenses by purchasing the plus version package. Today, I will walk you through the maximum exposure to show you all of the sections available to you. So if you have not upgraded from the basic listing, you will only have access to the description and the exhibitor categories sections. So, and then also please note that as you complete your profile, the arrow on the left of each section will turn green as you complete it. And then the word at the end will either say complete or it'll show you how many items you have added. Another benefit when upgraded to the smart or business maximum business packages is that you're able to see attendee views, leads, and clicks. So to do this, you would go online you will go to the online profile performance widget on the home page. So when you're in Exhibitor portal, you're on your home page, you will see the widget that says online profile performance. You'll click on view activity and leads, where you will find how many total users and any contact information the attendee may have shared. So this feature is not available with the basic listing package. So if you want to upgrade, you can either contact your account executive, or from this same page, you can go to where it says profile package details, click on that widget, and then you're going to go to upgrade for more features. As you're setting up your profile, you can click on the hyperlinked booth number in the top right-hand corner, top left corner, and to the right of the word booth. So your online profile will open up in a different tab, so you can toggle back and forth to watch your progress as you're setting up your profile. And then you can also see what the attendees will see when they're visiting your profile. So to get started, you're going to log into your portal by visiting the website at www.worldofconcrete.com. Once you're on the home page, you're going to hover over the exhibit drop-down menu and click Exhibitor Resources. You will then be taken to the Exhibitor portal login page. And from there, you're going to log into your 2026 Exhibitor portal. So as a reminder, each login is unique to an individual user, not the company. So make sure you're using your own email to set up your password. If you ever forget your password, no worries. You're going to just click on forget password and follow the prompts to reset it using your email address. Okay, once you've logged into your Exhibitor portal, this is where you'll start setting up your profile, and you'll do that from the top of your home page. Okay, so we will begin on the first section, which is description. This is where all of your company information will lie. You're able to edit your exhibiting company as name, your address, and your company email and your website, which are all very important pieces of information. This is also where you're able to add your social media handles, and finally where your description is added along with inputting your hiring link if you have any openings that you may want to make known to the attendees that are visiting your page. So once you've made all your necessary selections and updates, you can click on update company information and save it all. And again, you can toggle back over to the portal, the live portal, and see and make sure that the information is there correctly. Okay, next, for the logo section, to add your logo, you're going to click on the logo, obviously, on the home page again. You're going to please make sure to take a quick look at the specs to the right of the page, just to make sure that your picture is a file that's accepted, such as a JPEG or PNG, and confirm the size is correct as how it will be displayed. As a convenience, if you added your logo in 2025, you can just click on yes, copy my logo, and it'll add your logo for 2026. If not, click on add photo to upload your logo. And then once you're done uploading, click on save and continue. Now, to upload a photo or video, you're going to start by clicking on the product, photos, videos section on the top of the home page. And this will take you to the add show features page. Once there, again, take a look at the specs over on the right to make sure that you're uploading an actual supported file. It will not work if your file does not meet the required specs. So first, I'm going to walk you through how to upload a video. On the add show features page, you will click add video or photo. And then once you're going to go over to the show features page, you will click on type of content, which in this case is add video. Then click add video. Please remember that the video must be an MP4, WebM, MOV, or OGG, and it cannot exceed 5 minutes in length. In terms of the 5 minutes in length, that also has to do with the file size. So it should be about around 100 megabits or less. Otherwise, it will not upload. So the next step is to upload a thumbnail photo. This is also known as your video preview photo. Once again, the file formats supported are JPEGs and PNGs, and they also have a minimum size of 640 by 480 pixels. Next, you'll enter a title and a description for your video. Then the last question wants to confirm if your video is product specific. If yes, it will drop down for you to choose the product you want to link the video to. These categories are set up in the Exhibitor category section, which we'll go over on the next slide. Once you're done adding your information, you will click on Add Show Feature to upload your video. And please be advised, the video will take at least 5 minutes to load in the Exhibitor portal and up to 15 minutes to show up on your profile. Now, to upload a photo, the type of content will be photo instead of video. You're going to click on Add Photo. And I can't say this enough, but please make sure to look at the specs on the right, because the photos have a different spec than the thumbnail video preview photos. Next, you're going to give your photo a title and a description. And you'll also click here, yes or no, if the photo is product specific. And if so, choose the category the photo should be linked. And then once you've made all your selections, you're going to click on Add Show Feature to add your photo. You can repeat these steps to add as many videos or photos as you want. You do not need to load all of the squares, just add as many as you want the attendees to see on the profile directory page. So that was a lot of information. If you have any questions or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will do my best to help you and or find someone that can. Next, we're gonna add exhibitor categories. So to do that, same thing, you can click on exhibitor categories at the top of your home page. And then you're gonna, so here, most of you already have categories listed. So if you want to add or update current selections, you're going to click here to make updates, where it will take you to the click here to make and save updates page, where you can search and scroll to find the categories desired. Once you are done making your selections, you will click on continue, then click here to save updates. If you do not have any categories listed, you will click on add category to get started and follow the same steps above. Next are virtual business cards. You will click on the business card section from the home page. The first thing you want to do is check yes to publish this information box. Publish this information, you're going to check that box to ensure that the business card is visible in the directory. This is important because if you don't check that box, it will not show up on your profile. And also makes it easy if you want to remove somebody or hold it there, you can just, that's a place where you can just unclick that box, keep the information in there, and it will not show up in your profile. Here, you're going to add your contact name, your title, and your email address. You can also add any social media handles. You can add a description and a headshot. So I do personally advise adding a headshot, as this gives a face to the name of attendees. So attendees they'll know who they're looking for when they're on site at the show. So once again, please look at the specs. There's a minimum and a maximum for these pictures, and they will show up basically in a square format within a circle around it. Okay, so once you're done making all of your changes, you can click on Submit Business Cards and complete the upload. The next section is special offers. Here, you can add information about discounts and rebates, celebrity appearances, in-booth demos, etc. Click on the special offers section from the home page again to get started. Once on the special offers page, you will click on the category, give the offer a title, description, and a photo. Again, here, accepted file types are JPEGs, PNG, or GIF with a minimum of 750 width. Then click Submit Special Offer to add your offer. Okay, we're almost done. We have 2 more categories left. So the exhibitor collateral section is what we refer to as collateral that can be anything from white papers, brochures, press releases, case studies, or even videos. Once you're on the exhibitor collateral page, you're going to give your collateral a title and then select whether it is a Word or PDF file, or if it's a URL. If you're going to upload a Word or PDF file, once again, and I can't say it enough, there are some specs that you need to refer to. So the maximum file size is 5 megabits, and the supported formats are Word docs and PDFs. But my suggestion is if you have any press releases or collateral or anything on your website that you want to put here, I would upload it as a URL, which is much easier for you, but it also triggers clicks on your website rather than just looking at the attendee looking at a document. But both ways are equally effective, so whichever one works for you. Once you're done making all your necessary uploads, click on Submit Exhibitor Collateral to upload your collateral. And last but not least, the brand section. Do not mistake this section as a secondary listing. What we mean by brands or any trademark brands are brands owned by your company. They will not be shown on your profile they will be shown on your profile as a list of brands. This is not necessarily brands that you trade or brands you resell. They're just brands that you own. So that is all for setting up the exhibitor profile. We will now move on to exhibitor services. So the first step, like all the others, is to log into your exhibitor profile portal. This is your home for everything. Once you're on the portal homepage, select resources in the left-hand navigation bar and click on Order Exhibitor Services. Okay, so here, again, lots of information. It's a list of all the available services to you to help outfit your exhibit space. So the fourth item on this list is essential booth services. But I'm going to skip this for now, and we'll come back to that on the next slide. Other services listed include the lead retrieval, which tracks and captures information from attendees that visit your booth. But remember that all exhibitors have one lead retrieval license, and that comes with your basic listing package. And you can upgrade up to 3 licenses by adding the plus version of each package. But if you need more than 3, you can order additional licenses here. The next service is catering. This is where you can order food and beverages for your booth or meeting room. Customs, broker services, and international shipping. This is for any of you shipping from the outside of the US. This is critical information for you to review. Wi-Fi and internet. World of Concrete does provide Wi-Fi on the show floors, but if you're planning on using Wi-Fi for more than just checking your phone, which can also be sketchy depending on how many people are on the public Wi-Fi, you will need to order specific Wi-Fi, and this is where you can do that. Mobility equipment. This will help you. It's a scooter, just a place where you can order a scooter to help you get around the building easier. We've got photography and videography, plant and flower rental, promotional branded services for giveaway items with your company branding, in-booth security services for additional security services in your booth. We've got short-term event insurance, also known as COI or Certificate of Insurance. If you don't have this already, the required insurance coverage, you can purchase a short-term policy here that will cover just the dates for WOC, and it's pretty affordable. But most of you have an insurance company to provide this for you, which is fine. This company is available to you only as a convenience. But please note that a COI or Certificate of Insurance is required for each exhibitor and is required to meet certain specifications. Those specifications can be found on our example COI, which is in the resources, again, on the left navigation page under View All. So also, we as show management, we do not need to have these sent to us. We don't need to have them in our files. As an exhibitor, you are only required to show it on site if something happens, which is rare. But as long as you have it electronically or a copy of it on site, that's all we need. Okay. Oh, and the last thing, I'm sorry, is structures and tents. Mostly this is outdoors for the outdoor exhibitors, but you can order any structures and tents here. It's a great company to work with. And now going back to essential booth services, these are all services that you'll order from our general service contractor, which is Freeman. Service provided by Freeman include all kinds of things: booth furnishings, carpets and flooring, the electrical, the plumbing, the cleaning. You can order I&D labor for installation and dismantle, display design services, audio and video equipment, shipping and rigging, and then so much more. But you're going to click on Essential Booth Services with Freeman, and that will take you to the Freeman online ordering website. So this is where we're at. So once you're on the Freeman online ordering website, it's important that you go into the right-hand corner and you log in, or you're gonna have to create an account if you don't have one already created, and use your email and password to log in. To create an account, you can search. So before you set up your account, you're going to have to find your company name and your company, and then you can you can set up an account with that company with your company name. So this one is set up by company, and then you'll use your email for your username and then create a password to access it. But you can search that by company, show, or customer number. To search by company, type in your company name to begin your search. If that's too broad, you can click on the See More to add your city or zip code to help hone in on your company. To search by show, you will enter the show name or acronym, which in this case is World of Concrete or WOC, WOC, and your booth number. If you have a customer number, you can enter that under search by customer number. Okay, once you're logged in, something I actually love having is the little dots at the top. You can hover over those and see information, and it's a timeline, tell you what's happening. So as you can see here, the discount price deadline and the advanced freight deadline are two important things you want to know and be aware of. And then it also show you move-in dates, move-out dates, etc. at the end. Ordering services to get started, you can click on the tile associated with your needs. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I do want to cover the shop products and services as it includes a lot of main items you may want to order. Okay, so the products and services include several different items like booth packages, exhibit packages, flooring, furnishings, audio and visual, signs and graphics, again, electrical, etc. So you can see that here. In my opinion, this is the most important section of Freeman for you to get your booth set up. So I wanted to call this one out. Now, I am done. I'm going to hand this over to Tyler, and he'll go over some important deadlines, exhibitor appointed contractors, shipping, and registering your booth. Tyler.
Thanks, Joe. I'm Tyler Johnson. I'm the other senior operations manager for World of Concrete. And as John mentioned in the beginning, we wanted to point out these upcoming deadlines because ordering by or before these deadlines will save you some money. So you can read them all here. I think, as Joe was saying, the Freeman online discounts are important, as well as the catering, something that's typically ordered by most exhibitors. The exhibitor appointed contractor we'll talk a little bit more about in a second. If you have an island booth, we do ask that you send your booth plans so that we can just review those. If it's a complex booth with a double decker or covered space, large amounts of covered space, that has to be sent to the Las Vegas Convention Center so that they can approve it as well. So there are some things, if you just send it to us first, we can help you along the way to get it to whomever else needs to see it if there is anyone. If you're going to have a vehicle in your booth, we do ask that you send us the details for that. This is all part of it's a job form that you fill out. You give us some basic information, and we look at that. We share that information with Freeman and Freeman Freight so that they know what cars and vehicles and machines are coming into the show floor. The Wi-Fi, if you need that in your booth, if you're doing any sort of demonstration or product demonstration, you definitely want to order separately because it does. There is Wi-Fi, as Joe mentioned, but it is based on the number of people on it, so it does get pretty boggy. And then, of course, if you need in-booth security, if you're having an event after hours, or if you just want security in your booth overnight, just to be extra secure, you can certainly order that. And we suggest ordering any and all these items if you need them prior to these deadline dates. And you can see all of these deadlines in the exhibitor portal on the checklist. EAC, we have a lot of acronyms in this business. So an exhibitor appointed contractor is basically anybody that you hire to help set up, build your booth, lay your carpets, provide audiovisual that is not from Freeman. Uh, if you go outside of, if you have a booth design company that basically puts your booth together, puts a design together, if they come onto the show floor and they're the ones that actually install that, that is an EAC or they are an EAC. And there's a process that they have to go through to make sure they're insured and make sure you guys, as an exhibitor, say, yes, this is who's actually putting our booth together. So we have a group that we work with that will take care of everything. Any questions that you have, if your EAC has questions, you can reach out to them at this email, the WOC at EACmanagement, mgmt.com, and they'll be able to help you out with anything that either you or your EAC may need. I do want to mention that not everybody needs an EAC. You absolutely don't need an EAC. If you, as a company employee or two people with you from your company, do your booth installation and dismantle, you're absolutely fine. Any full-time employee of the exhibiting company is allowed to build the booth. So it's only if we get into something a little more robust as a booth design that you may or may not have an EAC. So I just wanted to mention that. You basically, for this designation process, and again, you can access all of this information on your exhibitor portal, but you would go in and say, I, exhibiting company, select EAC person as our official EAC. What that does is that triggers a process to then that EAC gets an email saying, hey, you've been designated, do you accept? They do. Then they go through the registration process, which again is confirming they have insurance, submit the documentation that's required, and pay the EAC fee to for having an EAC. So again, this is all available online. Once you designate, you as the exhibitor designate an EAC company, that basically that's the last thing, first and last thing you have to do, because then it's just between the EAC and our group that manages the EACs for us. And then the shipping for the show is a big thing, and we get a lot of questions on this. So there are several. Well, no, there are not. There are two options to ship to the show. You can either ship to the advanced warehouse, which starts December 10th and goes until January 6th. So you have a decent size, almost month-long window with a couple holidays in there to ship your material, freight, booth, whatever, to Las Vegas. Once it arrives at the warehouse, it is stored in the Freeman warehouse, and you don't have to worry about it. You'll get confirmation of receipt. So you'll know from Freeman, hey, we got X number of pallets or this wooden crate. And once that confirmation is received, then you're good to go. So when you arrive on your target date and time to set up your booth, your freight that you ship to the warehouse will be sitting outside of your booth waiting for you to build it. So it's just it's a much more relaxing way. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I think it's the safest way. It's the same rate regardless if you ship direct or ship to the warehouse. You're not paying more or less for either one of the services. It's the same. So for our international folks that are shipping from either sea freight or air freight, we work with a freight forwarding company called PGL. Their information again is in in your exhibitor portal. If you have anything that's coming in from overseas, they will be able to help you kind of guide that logistically from wherever to the port of Los Angeles, get a trucking company to take it from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, depending on the time, maybe direct to show site, or if there is time to the warehouse. So again, if you have international freight, then you definitely want to work with them, and we can certainly help you out in getting in contact, or if you have any other specific questions. I mentioned the last day that the warehouse receives freight is January 6th. That is true. And with a caveat, if you do have freight that arrives after January 6th, they will still take it. They will not turn it away. It is a bit of a higher rate for receiving after the deadline, but it won't be like sitting on the side of the road in warehouse in Vegas somewhere, it's going to be accepted. It'll still bring it to your booth. So just so everyone's aware of that, clear on that. And then for on-site shipments, we start on-site shipments on January 14th, which is the day that we take possession of the Las Vegas Convention Center. They will not, if you send direct to show site and it arrives before January 14th, that's technically not when we have the center, but we typically can make arrangements to not, again, send that freight away so that you're not high and dry without anything if it just arrived on the 13th or whatever. So any questions, concerns, please contact me or Joe. Well, we can walk you through this. You've got the address information that's listed below, but we also have, or on the Freeman website, there's also PDFs of these labels that you can download, fill out, take to your packages. And that way there's no question as to what show it's going to, where it's going to, whether it's the advanced warehouse or show site. And then again, it just makes it so much easier. You just download it, put your booth number and your company name on there and attach it, and you're good to go. And then badge registration. This is another category or thing that we get a lot of questions on too. So based on the size of your booth, determines the amount of badges you get. Now, when I say badges, these are show staff, your staff badges. So the people that are working in your booth, this is the badge that they need. This gives them access to the show floor, non-show hours. So when you're setting up your booth, when you're tearing down your booth, early in the morning before 9:30, after 5 o'clock, these are the badges that you want to get for the people that are setting up your booth, the pre-show, and working the booth during the show. These are not for customers. So you can see, based on the size of the booth, you can see how many you get. And, that's pretty straightforward. You can also add more than what's listed for your size. If you have a 200 square foot booth and you need 12 people, you can add those additional two for $75 to pay for those two badges over your allotment. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. It's we do have a very strict badge policy in that we'll if you lose your badge, you do have to get a reprint. There is a cost for that because again, we don't want to share badges. We don't want people that are not qualified to attend the World of Concrete to attend the World of Concrete. So just kind of treat these as very important. And then one other thing that we get questions on that we didn't include, but I'm going to talk about it. Pre-show during move-in before registration opens. So registration opens at noon on Sunday. But if you're there Thursday, Friday, what we have as a sign-in desk counter for exhibitors to get wristbands. So you'll come up to the counter. We have a full list of all the exhibitors. They'll verify your company name. They'll verify you are with that company, and you'll get a wristband. So that wristband is the same as having the exhibitor badge, where it will allow you pre-show access, setup access. Once registration does open on Sunday, though, you will need to get your actual printed badge, as the wristbands won't be allowed after Sunday, probably around 2 p.m., just to give people a chance to get to registration and get their badges printed. So, and I believe that's all. I know that John's been answering questions. I've been going. Again, this will be recorded, so I will turn it back over to you.
Perfect, perfect. And yeah, I've answered a lot of stuff, guys. Like I said, the registered booth staff is the most important thing probably right now, to make sure to follow, like from what Tyler said right there on that last one. So it's not necessarily in your checklist. It's going to be on the homepage in there. So just make sure to follow that. So I'm going to go through with you guys just a few sponsorship things real quick. So as you can see on our website, you can access our sponsorship brochure. You go to Exhibit, Sponsorship and Marketing Opportunities, and then you click on that. That'll direct you to me or one of my other sales team members. So next slide. So again, we wanted to rehash this slide, and the reason Joe spent so much time going over these upgraded listings or upgrading profile is We are getting on average right now 1,100 to 1,800 visitors per day looking at our profiles. We're 60 days out basically right now, which I know sounds crazy, but that's where we're at. And making sure if you have a basic, to fill out your basic. But the main thing here, I would just doing the doing the smart business plus or the basic plus to get those extra lead retrievals. The smart business gives you all those things Joe said with images, the videos, the online leads. So important, such great exposure. And that's really the best way to evaluate this show. You're going to be able to scan badges at your booth, but with the smart business, you're going to get leads online. So you're really going to be evaluate the show the best way by doing that, and you're going to have the best experience. So I can't recommend if you do any simple thing you haven't done, I would just recommend doing the smart business. It's only $500 to upgrade to that if you haven't done it already. So next slide. And then we just want to highlight a few items that, kind of we're reaching deadlines, but we just wanted to point out to you guys that how impactful these can be. Couple, they tie together our targeted e-blast. We have our premium cycled targeted e-blast or our post-show one. So we still have some dates available for these. It's 5,500 for pre-show, 6,000 for post-show. This is a dedicated email. Looks like it's coming from your company. Minimum 5,000 send. We give you a pick list and we get it to you and it hits the right customers. And it's a great way to get your messaging out before the show. And then the other e-blast we have that has more of a bigger reach to like pre-registered attendees, over 20,000 people get is our shared e-blast. We send that 7 to 10 days before the show. Um, and we still have spots available. We have a few in our top three, but if you don't want the top three, that's 4,550. If you want the top three spot, we've sold a couple, but we still have one left. It's 5,250. So that gives you a mass exposure to the whole audience. So great way to promote a product or your brand or anything for the show. And then a program that we're very passionate about on WOC that we've done the last few years, that really is the best bang for your buck is our kind of our IPA program. So in our IPA program, we have different categories you enter, and you get so much from the IPA program. You get the online profile, you get a sticker, floor sticker, vote here, floor sticker on your booth. We have expert choice, which is our panel of concrete experts that select that, and we have our industry choice, which is our attendees vote on it. So in this program, we promote it heavily. It's on our website. We have constant signage. And then after the show, if you win, we send a press release. You get a little logo that says you won one of our categories. So for $15.95, that's all it takes just to enter the IPA program. And that includes getting that floor sticker. And then the new product zone, which if you have a new product, that's just $1,200 to a new product. But the best bang for your buck is the new product zone plus the IPA. That's 2,620, and you get the floor sticker with that as well. So one of the programs we're still taking entries. The deadline is kind of 11/28. Now we are flexible on that a little bit, but ideally this is a time to start thinking about it. As I mentioned, we have 1,100 to 1,800 people on our profile looking at our WOC pages right now. So just highly, highly, highly recommend getting involved if you got something new this year. And then just some signage things. Generally, these are all things that we can still make happen for you guys. We have floor graphics, we have column wraps, we have our lighted kiosk, and you don't have to do all the panels. You can do a couple panels. We still have some indoor banner locations. Generally, I like these double-sided billboard packages, and what billboards are basically what other shows they call meter boards. Cool concept you can do with those is you can put a QR code on them and link people out to your booth. So or link them to some sort of promotion you're doing. So just a really creative way to get some exposure throughout the lobby and the halls. And the last thing, low cost item that we still have opportunities to get or get an aisle sign, and that's just $800. And one thing we wanted to mention, and again, all those offerings, I'll say this first, you can reach out to me or my sales team members. My name's John Gephardt again. I have S through Z. Kevin Van Kirk has A through C. Chris Morris has D through H. Tim Sales has I through M. And then Scott Bell has N through R's and numbers. We all work as a team. So if you ping us, we'll answer. But that's just so you guys know who to reach out to. You probably heard from us a bunch already. And then that one slide previous was about scam offers. So you're going to get a bunch of stuff that's going to say, hey, buy this attendee list from WOC, or hey, we're the official hotel provider of WOC. If it's not on peak and it's not coming from us, we do not sell our attendee list, first off. And then on peak is our hotel vendor. It's just something we unfortunately can't control. But it's going to say World of Concrete official vendor. Really, the best advice to this, if you get something like this, is just email me or Joe or Tyler. We can tell you if it's scam or not. Usually it is. But do not reply. Do not fall for it. We wish we could prevent it, but just something to keep in mind. So always, if you're in doubt, just ask us. There's our sales team again. We're here to help you guys. We're available. We know it's a busy time of year. We're always here to help. And the best thing to do is to always go to your salesperson first, and then we can always loop in Joe and Tyler with the questions that we need. Generally, we can usually get past the first step. If there's a second barrier that we can't answer, then we loop in Joe or Tyler. And then that's pretty much it. I see that we've kind of answered all the questions. If you guys need anything, again, we're always here as a resource. We're so thankful to have you guys as exhibitors. And thank you for participating. We're going to send this link out either to later today or tomorrow. And then we'll be doing one final one in December. With that, we're going to cover just some of the same stuff we covered today, just reiterate it, but more just we know going to show site, it's a lot. It's a little overwhelming. So we're just going to try to like make that process easier for you guys. Just go over some key points and things. So make sure we'll send out a reminder in December when we're going to do that webinar. And again, all these are always going to be recorded. They're going to be uploaded to your profile. So thank you guys again so much. And we're excited to keep working with you guys.